Imagine how many melanated children were discouraged by counselors who couldn't see past pigment and never went to college because an educator said they couldn't. They deliberately try to stifle our growth. To their surprise, we still grow. So when they say you can't, repeat after me. I can, I will, and I have. Welcome back to Everything College. I'm your host, Christina Parker, supporting your college navigation while minimizing debt. And let me actually, put y'all in a better space. But on today's episode, I am going to be researching East Coast universities and letting y'all know about those universities and if they received HEERF funding and if students should be expecting it, when should they be expecting it, have they posted that information, and so forth. So stay tuned. I will put timestamps in the description below along with helpful links. Please go ahead, give me a like, comment, and share with other students so they can have this information as well. All right, so I'm going to share with y'all my screen. Let's go. I do also want to say that I lost my train of thought. But basically what I do want to say also is I'm going to be putting in San Antonio and another university into this as well that's not on the East Coast. And it's just because I've seen those ones and I decided to throw them in. So also check those timestamps as well. So this is SUNY One Onta. Okay, I guess that SUNY has multiple different universities. So I might do a little bit more research to kind of show other universities from this, but this is a university that's in New York, and I have seen this name. I just haven't seen this specific one. But anyways, so they received $7 million. They are using 100% of the funds to provide emergency grants. The eligibility for this is also listed here. I'm going to link this in the description below. How to apply: the college will work with eligible students to provide them with necessary information and steps that they need to compute. Have received guidance from SUNY. So they do not have whether they're going to be doing self-selection or application process. So I guess they're going to be notifying students via email when that information is made available. The things that this money can be used for: tuition, food, housing, healthcare, childcare. So if they do an application process, you want to write to these specific things so you can get this money. And if your school is not asking for receipts, right, they have no way in knowing if you use that money for that reason or not telling you to use it for different reasons. I'm just, making that statement. You do not have to repay this money, and we will provide an update to the college community when we have information to share. So there isn't much information around that besides the fact that they received HEERF 3 funding, and a little bit about qualifications. Again, this will also be linked in the description below. Let's also go to, this is Columbia University. So let's look at the Columbia University. So they have received ARP, which is the American Rescue Plan, which is attached to HEERF 3. And acknowledge that the institution signed the total amount of emergency financial aid distributed. So last time that they distributed money was sometime before June 30th. So probably for spring semester or summer semester. So university has not distributed HEERF 3 ARP funding to eligible students. So this means that students should make an assumption because they have not distributed this money in fall of 2021. Again, universities do not have to distribute this money in fall of 2021. They have a year to utilize these funds, okay? But I'm going to make the assumption that they are going to distribute this money in fall of 2021, and that more information should be made available. Now, if you do know something different, please go ahead and comment that below. Or if you attend another university on the East Coast and you would like to share with other students, go ahead and comment that below. All right. So now we're going to go over here to NYU, the American Rescue Plan, ARP, Act of 21 disclosure. So NYU is providing this information as required. So they got money. So I'm going to think that this is December 2020, maybe 2021. I'm not too sure on the exact dates of these months. Please note that reporting requirements were not made available, the US passed, blah, blah, just information on it. Q1, ARP funds distributed to NYU. So $16 million award distributed to students. So they have distributed students money from HEERF 3, because I'm looking at ARP, which is attached to HEERF 3 funding. They sent it to over 57,000 students. And so there isn't any information on fall of 2021 as I see of now. So they received between $500 to $5,000, which is probably going to be the same for fall of 2021 if they opt into doing that, if they have any leftover funds to actually do that with. I could have sworn when I looked at this one, I did see that they explicitly said fall of 2021, but I'm just not seeing that at the moment. The deadline for Q1 was extended to July 10th. So Congress passed American Rescue Plan. Therefore, HEERF 3 funding beginning to withdraw. NYU will less than 50%. NYU is committed to higher education. Yeah, so I'm not too sure. I do not see anything specifically around fall of 2021. I could be glancing over it because I could have sworn that I've seen it on this one in particular, but I will also be linking this in the description below so you can check out that information as well. But if they do fall of 2021, students should be expecting between $500 to $5,000, unless this is a minority serving institution, which then students may receive a little bit more support that way. Okay, so this one is Julliard. So Julliard does have information and it did receive money from ARP, the American Rescue Plan, so HEERF 3. Let's see how much money they received. They received $647,000. As per federal guidelines, we expect 931 students to be enrolled in fall of 2021 semester. Grants range from $500 to $5,000. So yes, so fall of 2021 students should have already received this money or should start receiving this money before the end of fall semester is over. So the priority will be given to first to Pell Grant recipients, then students with outstanding student loan debt, then others on a case-by-case basis. So I will also be linking this in the description below. If you do go to Julliard, I encourage you to go look at that. This is me just kind of looking up HEERF and trying to see, just different things and in comparison to New York and so forth. Don't mind that. This is also, oh yeah, Cuny Brooklyn College. So I wanted to look it up to see if they receive funding because in my research, I didn't see any of those institutions providing information around HEERF 3, but I will do a soft search on this also with SUNY also as well towards the end of this video. But they received $54 million, 54.8, and of that, $27.4 million has to go to students. So they did receive HEERF 3 funding, which means that students could potentially receive money in fall of 2021. And again, I say could because not all institutions have to do it. Well, no institution has to do it in fall of 2021 because they have 1 year to actually utilize these funds. Doesn't mean that they're not going to though. Just want to make that clear. All right, so this one is, as I said before, I'm doing East Coast, but I did throw in some other universities as well. Well, most of them I'm doing New York, but I did throw in some other universities as well. University of Texas at San Antonio. Someone asked me to do this specific one on my TikTok. So they received $43.1 million in HEERF 3 funding. Let's go all the way to HEERF 2. So institution support, 100%, 43,000 line item. So it doesn't have any information around HEERF 3, just how much money that they've gotten and how, yeah, so they have a breakdown of exactly what they utilize these funds for. Yeah, so there's no information around the third round as of yet. But I would expect that students should be receiving this in summer of 2020, fall of 2021. Let me just do a quick little glance, see if there's any thing that pops out for me. So I'm going to assume that students should be receiving around the same amount that they received previously, which is about $1,500. All I'm seeing is spring of 2021. I do not see any information around fall of 2021. So I will definitely link this in the description below, and you can go check this for updates. And if your institution has not put up information, I encourage you to check your email and then also connect with your university in particular and ask those important questions. If they don't give you the answers you need, ask to speak to someone until you get the answers that you would like, right? But also give institutions a little bit time, because unfortunately some institutions are ahead of the game and some institutions are behind the game. And unfortunately, us students are the ones that suffer. All right, or benefit. Let's go. So this is also another Cuny University, the City of University of New York. This is the higher education HEERF 2. They do not, okay, actually, I looked at like all of the Cuny universities, right? And there is no information on HEERF 3 as of right now. I've been looking, and let's just go ahead and do this quick search right here, because I did not do this exactly. I'll also put this link here too. This is just kind of like a breakdown of the difference between HEERF 2 and HEERF 3. Let's go ahead and put another one. Yep. Yeah, there is not. I know that they receive money. Yeah, but there's just not any information for Cuny universities. Let me just go here and see. No, this is June 16th. This is just the US Department. So receive money, but there isn't any specific information around HEERF 3. Let me just go back, and I'm just gonna put in one of these universities. Let's actually put in Hunter. Or no, let's do Queens, because I know what Queens is. Let's go ahead and do this. And I'm gonna assume, because HEERF 2 is really similar to HEERF 3, unless you have a part of a historically Black university. And yes, HEERF 3 is significantly more than HEERF 2, but people should be expecting to seem around the same amount as they did for HEERF 2. If you want to kind of do like a comparison, or if you want to kind of like figure out how much roughly you should get. And if you qualify for HEERF 2, you should qualify for HEERF 3. But again, universities do decide on qualification. So they could say, because you qualify for HEERF 2 and you got HEERF 2, you do not qualify for HEERF 3. So some universities did do that with 1 and 2, where they prioritized those that didn't receive the first round to receive the second round. So you could definitely see that again for the third round. Yeah, nope. This is dope though, that they have all the OPE IDs, because you can find exactly, what students receive, but then they also have that students did receive that money. So yeah, so I'm only seeing 2020 as of now. Please check back to see if there is any updates around this university as well. Okay. So this is Strayer University. I've seen this also. I'm not too sure actually where this university is, but on my TikTok, so I decided to answer this question. So yes, so they did receive ARP funding. Strayer received $2.5 million for HEERF 3 funding. Strayer University now is signing HEERF 3 as of July 14th. So if they're signing it as of July 14th, then that returning the grant award notification for students received its allocation of HEERF 3 fundings on July 14th. So that means that students should have received money from July 14th. I'm not too sure if this money was for fall semester, if this money was specifically for summer semester or not, or if they will also be giving it in fall of 2021. But it actually does look like okay, so it does look like this was for the summer courses of 2021. Strayer University payments via email to 9,005 HEERF recipients on July 22nd. This does not mean that you will not also get another round in fall of 2021. It just means that there's not any information specifically on here. But let me just go ahead and look again. Let's just see. Nope, this is the same thing. Yeah. Let me just look at this one really quickly. It said you are not top priority. You are, oh, you are. I thought I said you are not. I'm like, dang. Yeah, so I don't see any information around fall of 2021. Let's just put in HEERF 3 really quickly. No. No. Okay. No worries. Let's also go ahead and look at SUNY University. Let's see if we can find any more information on this. This is CARES Act. Okay, now sometimes when you see CARES Act, but then you see HEERF 3, then you know that potentially HEERF 3 is hidden in there as well. This is Upstate Medical University. I'm gonna assume that this is part of SUNY University. I really don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments below. Eligibility, how to apply. Oh yeah, so it is a part of SUNY University. This is the CARES. Why is it talking about the CARES Act when this is okay? ARP, eligibility. The college is waiting for guidance from SUNY regarding eligible requirements. So basically, they haven't distributed fall 2021, to my knowledge, or at least I don't see it on this page, which means that students should probably be receiving money in fall of 2021. Students, let me know if you go to any of these universities in New York and you received any money. Let students know how much you received and when did you receive it. All right, Stony Brook University. Stony Brook University. Total HEERF 3 funds distributed to students, $0. Received by the SBU. Awarded SBU. So $26 million, $26.9 million was awarded. It doesn't, this is of August of 2021. Grant distribution in response to COVID-19 emergency requires students to demonstrate these funds will be awarded as grants, refunded directly to you. Am I eligible to receive the funds? 80% of funding will be awarded to ARP, FAFSA funding, blah, blah. What are the terms and conditions? What can I do for the awarded? I still owe, will I need to reapply? What I need to repay? Will there be impact my financial aid? So 2021, 2022. So yes, based off of this website and just the small little details that I have here, students should be receiving money in fall of 2021 and or, oh yeah, no, and who fall, nope. Yeah, so I'm going to make that assumption because it's going off of this year's financial aid. And EFC between $0 and $14,000. Actually, that's more than I've seen for other universities, but also makes sense because New York, yeah. So that means that you have to make between under $24,000 to qualify for 0 EFC. Please correct me if I'm wrong. And up into, right, I'm over here trying to do the math, $38,000. So under $38,000. So between $24,000, $38,000, actually between $0 and $38,000 in order to receive this funding. Reach out to your university in particular if you do have any additional questions. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that this is linked below as well. Let me go ahead and do that. All right, let's go. Sunny Brooms. Sunny Brooms. Okay, so they received $7.7 million. Student aid will provide vital emergency grants to SUNY undergraduate students with exceptional need or extraordinary financial circumstances. Once the guidance and distribution plan are formally approved and communicated to SUNY campuses, are required HEERF reporting disclosures will be da-da-da. So okay, so not all universities are opting in to utilize master students or master students qualifying PhD students. It's going to be based on the institutions itself, because I do not see, it didn't explicitly say like master students or PhD students. It specifically said undergraduate students, so I'm making that assumption. We're waiting for guidance for SUNY. So there isn't any information on how to apply. And I think that this is going to be kind of like the similar track that we get with all SUNY universities or the SUNY system, because they're waiting for guidance to provide that information to students. But I'm going to make an educated guess that yes, students should be receiving money from fall of 2021, sometime before and or during the fall semester that is coming up this year. Let's go ahead. Let's see if I can see if there's one more. University at Albany. That's HEERF 2, but let's just see. Oh, I see ARP in there too. So let's see if this has any information. Quarterly, so June 30th, which I see a lot of institutions. Last reporting is June 30th because that's the end of the fiscal year. Yeah, so I do not see anything around fall of 2021 for this institution as well. So I'm assuming that most institutions, especially in New York, are waiting still for guidance and how they're going to disseminate these funds. So I encourage everyone to reach out to your universities in particular and to check back for any updates around these universities and when you should be receiving your money. This is all around the East Coast, but specifically in New York. Go ahead and comment if you have received any money, if you have any more information for students. And as always, stay studious.